Hey, I see some familiar folks showing up. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while since we've done a live stream. I'm not gonna bore you to death today. We're not gonna do any crazy long-term stream, just an unboxing. But I do want to get your take on some of the tests that I have planned and maybe help me organize what's gonna go first, what's gonna go last. I know a lot of you folks have been waiting for some developer related material on these new MacBooks. So it'd be good to know what you all are looking for. Yeah? Alright, so let's make sure we got all the cameras here. I hope you can see me. Can you see me and hear me fine? Okay, cool. That's great. Oh, we might as well install some software today too, like get VS Code on there. All right, so we've got a couple of boxes here. Just got them in the mail. I already took them out of the packaging, so let's do it. And I don't have an overhead camera. Should I get one? Maybe I should get one. I like how they did this. Really nice and easy to get this open now. No need for a knife at all. All right. This is the heavy 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now this thing is, it feels really freaking heavy. I can't even explain to you how much heavier this box feels than anything else I've had before. I don't know why. We'll take a look. Maybe they put some lead in here. Alright, as usual, we got really good Apple packaging, easy to pull out. And here it is. It's cold. It's cold to the touch. Which means it's metal. I am pretty happy about this. I have a feeling that this is going to be a friend for a long time. At least, I mean, I felt that way also about the previous couple machines, which did not turn out to be the case. So here is MacBook Pro. It's actually etched inside. Pretty interesting. It's got rubber feet. We've got, there's the box right there. There's the thickness. Here's my MacBook Air. You can see how much thicker this thing is. And here is the MacBook Pro. Here's the 2015 MacBook Pro. For those of you that still have that machine, one of my favorite machines. There it is. You can see the thickness difference. Love that machine. And the 2019 MacBook Pro in a case, though. I should probably take it out of the case. With the case, though, it's pretty much the same thickness with the case. Because the case also adds the little rubber feet. Alright. We'll be doing some tests with those things, with those machines. Well, probably not the 2015. There's probably no point in doing that. What else we got here? We got the instructions, and we've got the brick. This brick is big. So, for comparison, this is the brick with my previous model MacBook Pro, 2019. And here's the new brick. It's about an inch bigger, an inch taller in one direction. And I've seen some YouTube videos already about this. I guess for those of you living in the United States or Canada, you might already get this already put on. And for those of you living in Europe or other countries, you might have a different adapter by default. The MagSafe cable with the USB-C on the other side, which is pretty convenient. Oh, this cable is actually pretty nice. It's not It's not like a rubbery cable. It's more of a material, like a. It's pretty nice. Let me show it to you up close if you'll be able to see the difference here. Let's see. Huh. This is a puzzle. They got me. This is not simple enough, Apple. All right. All right, so let's see if we can see this. I don't know if you can see the difference here between these cables. Come on, focus. Focus, focus. There you go. Okay, so the one on the left is the new one. The one on the right is the old one. The old one is rubbery. The one we're used to is like plasticky. And this new one is kind of a felt material. Kind of nice. Okay, so we've got that. Anybody want to see the 14-inch? Because it's probably going to be the same experience. Apple stickers. Oh, Tiago says, where are the stickers? I don't know. Did they give me stickers? Did I not get stickers? All right. I got stickers, folks. Check it out. Who wants these? Anybody want these? I'll send them to you. Next person to answer will get these stickers. Tiago. Tiago answered first. He was interested in the stickers. He wants these. You got them. Okay, I'll send them over to you. Hook me up or tweet at me after this, and we'll get you those stickers. So who else wants to see the 14-inch? Carrere says, I would like to see the 14-inch. You know what? Might as well open that up to see them side by side, so that we get a sense of both of them together. By the way, there is a bit of a delay with the chat, so I apologize to anybody if I see the messages coming in at a different time than you're actually typing them. That's just YouTube, and that's just how it works. Sorry, folks. Here's the 14-inch. Looks pretty much the same kind of packaging. We'll compare those two. The brick is different. Wait, you're not seeing this. Okay, here we go. So here's the 14-inch. Let's compare the brick. The brick is about the same size as the previous MacBook Pro. Now, the new one has a higher wattage. So the old one has 96 watts. The new one has 140 watts for the MacBook Pro 16. And the old MacBook 16-inch 2019, I don't even know how many watts this has. It doesn't say. It's not very clear on this one. Sorry, my bad. 96. So the new 14-inch and the old 16-inch are pretty much the same thing. The 16-inch that's new, the 21, is 140 watts. So that's huge. And that's probably, it might have an effect on the GPU performance. That's something Dave2D mentioned on his channel. I don't know. So we'll see. Cool. I'm glad YouTube is filtering out some of these people that are being nasty in the comments to each other. Folks, be nice to each other in the comments, please. All right. Check it out. These are the two machines next to each other. And you can see the difference. There you go. And let's take a look at the thickness of these two. I think they're exactly the same thickness, so there's really no difference there. There you go. I don't know the exact specs, folks, on these. I don't have them in front of me, but they look about the same thickness. Maybe the 16 is a little bit thicker. But as far as weight goes, what a huge difference. So the 14-inch kind of weighs as much as the 16-inch 2019. Now, I'm not going by the actual weights. I'm just going by the feeling, right? So I'm kind of like just balancing it in my hand and giving you a sense of how it feels. I want to put this in my backpack. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put this in my bag. Not that I'm going anywhere. There's no traveling, but I'm hoping that this 16-inch will replace my iMac that's over here. My good old 2014 iMac. What a great machine that was. All right, fits no problem into my bag. With all the other stuff that's in the bag, I probably won't even notice any weight difference. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying over there. So you're saying that the 16-inch is a little bit bigger, and you may be right about that. I did not check the specs. I don't really care if it's like a millimeter bigger. It's not gonna affect my life too much. So let's power it on and see what's going on. Kim Foam says, what's written underneath? It says MacBook Pro on both of these, and it's etched in metal. Yep, good old chime. And of course, as soon as I turn it on, the one thing I notice is that notch. It's really prominent, but it's actually quite a nice feeling to be able to interact with it and see how it actually works. And I don't think this has been given enough credit or discovered enough in the YouTube videos. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I want to make sure everybody knows how the notch actually works here. There's a notch. And as you can see, I can go inside the notch with my mouse, go through it very slowly. It doesn't pop to the other side, so it does take some time to get all the way across to the other side. And there is the possibility that you might lose your mouse if it happens to be behind the notch. So if it goes behind the notch, you might lose your mouse. I don't know where my mouse is. No idea. All right, let's see. English, that's good. I'm gonna just probably install VS Code right now and see how that looks. And I'll do more videos later. Let's go with United States. Continue. Not now. I'm gonna just do this part without people looking at my thing. Don't want anybody knowing my password to my Wi-Fi. Okay, I think I have the password right. Not quite sure. Let's see if anybody's saying anything in the comments. It says Migration Assistant. For those of you that are familiar with that, I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm going to start this from scratch. Connect AC power. I'm not doing a migration, right? Not now. Ah, the button's on the other side. Okay. And I will sign up with my Apple ID. Continue. All right. Here we go. 428252. Let's do it. So what are you all folks saying over there? Let's see. How does the keyboard feel? That's a good question. I've just been typing on it, didn't even notice, and I should probably talk about the keyboard. Let me get an opportunity to type a little bit here, and I'll let you know a little bit more in a second here. Takarisa says, is that your password? No. What? It's asking me to give a local computer name, password. Why would I do that? Create a computer account. I haven't done this for a while, so I didn't realize it asks for a separate local account. Okay. Let's do it. And I'll show my screen in a minute, folks. So I gotta say, the keyboard feels very springy. It feels good. I like the way it feels. It doesn't feel the same, but it feels pretty good. I'll probably get used to it. I think it's okay. A little more work is needed to figure it out. Okay. Vaguely Sober says, if you're not migrating, you have to create a local account. Makes sense. Nippon says, is 16-inch too big? Not for me. I actually like the larger size. Yeah. I feel like I already feel like there's a lot more real estate on the screen. Like there feels like more real estate available. I can notice that then the edges and the bezels are smaller here. So it feels like a much cleaner interface, like working with the hardware itself. The bezels being smaller, I kind of like that. I didn't think I would care as much, but I feel like I like it. This feels pretty much the same. I don't care that there's a black background behind the keys. All right, let's see. Continue. Select the time zone. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would to set this up. Why don't I see New York? Huh. It's giving me all these California locations. Oh. Okay, here we go. Well, that makes sense. Set up screen time later. I don't need to know that I use my computer way too much, and I'm going to disable Ask Siri just because, you know. Touch ID, I'll set it up later. But this does have a new Touch ID button, which looks like a key now. I'll set up Apple Pay later. And sorry to all those dark theme folks. I'm going to choose light theme by default. All right. Here is the key for the Touch ID. Probably be using that quite a lot. There it is. Okay. A little bit different. But all the function keys are back. Nice. Okay. Oh, I got to do one more test. This is the test that makes me nervous. All right, folks. So, you know when you ask somebody to give you the MacBook, to pass it to you, and they're like holding it out by the edge like this and giving it to you? That always makes me really nervous. Like, am I breaking the insides of it by doing that? Doing some kind of extra forces on the edge there that shouldn't be there? Well, it felt really weird doing it with the 2019, even though it is a solid body. But let's try it with this one. Oh, I can do it with this one. I can pass this thing to somebody by the edge, by the corner. Here you go. No problem. Here you go. You know why? I think it's because of the thicker body. It's just chunkier on the bottom. Anyway, probably shouldn't do that anyway. So what else we got here? Let's turn this off. Let's turn all this stuff off. Okay. So I still am curious about the notch. Now, folks, you know that you can turn off the menu bar, right? I don't know if you do that or not, but in system preferences, you can go to dock and menu bar, and you can say automatically hide and show the menu bar. And look at that, it's gone now. Now we've got the notch, but if you get your mouse up there, it's still gonna bring the menu bar back. So let's do this. Let's install VS Code. VS Code. Here it is. We're gonna download it. Oh, come on, reminders. Stop it. What? How many push-ups did I miss today? Oh my gosh. Every 3 hours I got a reminder to do push-ups. I must have missed a lot today waiting for this Mac. Okay, so let's go with the universal version. Yes, I want to allow the downloads. Now this is Monterey. I'm not used to Monterey yet, so it looks a little weird, but it's not that much different. I'm sure I'll manage. Let's open up VS Code. And there it is. And let's imagine that I have some kind of project. Sure. Okay, trust it. Let's maximize the window. Okay. All right, so when you maximize the window, even though I'm hiding the menu bar, it maximizes up to the notch. Interesting. That's kind of weird, right? You leave all that space out? I would have expected that when you maximize it, it would go up above that notch. But it kind of sticks to the notch. So when you maximize, it goes up to the notch. When you do full screen, you don't notice it because it still sits below the notch. So you lose that whole area when you're doing full screen, the whole menu bar area. Check it out. Yeah. You get the menu bar back when you put your mouse up there. By the way, folks, I do have auto hide. I've turned it on for the menu. That's why we don't see it all the time. I just wanted to see how that behaves with a notch. But when you're using VS Code in full screen, not that I really ever do that, but if you are one of those people, you won't even see the notch. So you're kind of back to the bezels of yesteryear, I guess, if you're gonna do that. But what I didn't expect was when you maximize this by double clicking, it does not go behind there. You could manually move it back there. No, it pops back. Look at that. You can't. It just pops back. I think you folks should see this a little bit closer. So what I'm gonna do is pop in an HDMI cable. Haha. And now we have a dedicated HDMI thingy here, so that we should be able to just plug it in and go. Let's see if that works. Aha! Nice. What just happened? That's weird. This is unexpected, folks. When I plugged in the HDMI cable, I lost so much space up at the top. Like, seriously, let me show you this, because this is a little crazy. I didn't expect that. That's weird. I don't have a ruler here, but I will use something. Let's see what I can use here. A credit card. Yeah. So check it out, folks. I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer. Well, I don't think I can because my HDMI cable is not long enough. Ah, I could do it here. Or over here. Okay. So it's not in focus right now. Trying to get it focused. Come on, focus. Nope. Okay, let's try this camera. When I plug in the HDMI cable, I lose all this space. So this is where the bezel ends. And this is where the notch ends. And I lose all that space, and the top of the screen becomes down here. Isn't that crazy? Now, I don't know why that is. Maybe I need to turn on some settings here to allow the HDMI, when there's an HDMI destination, to use up the whole screen. Don't know. But it's bothersome. That means I lost all that real estate now. So check it out. I'm going to show you when I unplug the HDMI cable. Look what happens here. Unplugged. You see that? It just pops back into place, takes up the whole screen. Plug the cable back in. Shrinks by a lot. It even shrunk on the bottom. So it's going to become the 16:9 ratio, right? But I don't want it to be. So I'm sure there's some settings I can mess with to fix that. I just don't know what it is, but by default, it's not making me super happy about that. So that means I cannot demonstrate to you what I'm seeing on the screen here with Visual Studio Code at this moment, because there's no more notch. The notch is way, way up above this. And I don't know how that translates to the amount of available space you have, on the screen. So we could, I guess, oops, not the App Store. Nope. We could go to dock and menu bar and increase, make the dock smaller to get more real estate. Automatically hiding the menu bar is fine, and then we'll get a little bit more space that way. Anyway, if you really want more space, what we can do now is plug in an external monitor if you're going to be using this on a desktop. And that's something I'm going to try as well. I have not done that yet. Okay, so folks are saying stuff about how to possibly fix this. People are saying, read the chat, turn off screen mirroring. Let's try that. Where do you do that? Probably over here. screen mirroring uses a separate display? No. Ah, okay. I think that might have helped it. Whoa. Interesting. Okay. So what you're seeing now is probably a cropped box, right? You're seeing it cropped on all sides, but at least you're seeing the entire screen. And thanks to I don't know if I said your name correctly, but thank you. Hey folks, you know, I don't do live very often, so I apologize ahead of time. I'm not like a super live pro. A lot of my videos are edited for that reason. Cool. But now we got that figured out. Thank you very much for the help in the chat. That's why we do these chats. But what I did notice is something interesting. So I am seeing the notch right now in VS Code, but I don't see the notch when it's going over HDMI. So I'm going to go full screen here. Let's open up a file. And let's open up a bunch of files. So when you do full screen, it actually goes under the notch. Yeah, the whole thing goes under the notch. I guess that they figured it out. The notch doesn't get in the way, folks, at all. When you're in full screen, everything goes under the notch, so you do lose that space. But when you're not in full screen, you can't get your window up there. It just doesn't stick above the notch. So it's kind of a way to figure that out, I guess. So there we go. I will be doing a lot more tests. I've got a bunch, and I wanted to get your take on this. I've got a bunch of tests kind of planned and lined up. Let's see what people have a flavor for. And people are asking for Python, Android. Yes, I do have those on the list of things to do. Oh, somebody recommended if I shrink the window and place beside the notch in the same level. Yeah, we can try that. So I go like this. Let's go here. Let's go up here. Nope, can't do it. It just bounces back underneath the menu bar, or where the menu bar should be. So even if you do that, it won't let you use that space. So you might as well leave the menu bar on all the time, unless for some reason you want to hide it and your particular use case requires it hidden. So I'm going to turn that off and just keep the menu bar on there. Okay. Let's just have a quick look here at about this Mac and see what the stats are on this 16-inch that I got here. So we've got 64 gigabytes, 4K display, 2 terabytes of space. All right. Cool. Anything else you want to see up there? It would be nice, Stan, to be able to place the window beside it if you want to really, really squeak out that space. I would like to see that too. But, you know, compromises. I don't think we'll notice after a long time anyway. I'm not going to install Xcode right now because that takes forever. So I will probably just start installing it after this and make some more videos on that. I have a couple of tests lined up for Xcode. In fact, Xcode is the first few tests that I have that I need to do. So here are some tests that I have planned for this machine. Let's see. Now you tell me, folks, if you are interested in some of the ones I didn't mention. I'm going to be comparing these to each other because one of these, the 16-inch, is a Max processor. Let's see, where does it say that anyway? Ah, here. Chip says Apple M1 Max, and the 14-inch here is the Pro. So I thought I'd just get a variety and test them both out. Okay, Unity tests, yes, that's on the list. Android Studio is on the list for sure. So I'll be comparing these to each other. I'll be comparing this to the M1. I'll be comparing it to the Intel for sure, and the Ryzen 9 that I have as well. And I hope to get to all these software tests as well. I'm going to start with Xcode. I want to take a look at Parallels, see how that works, and I want to take a look at Docker. Adam Bright said Docker. Yes, definitely will be doing Docker. Now, somebody is helping me with some Docker tests. In fact, one of you folks, not one of you like in the chat, but one of the subscribers, he reached out to me. He's like, I got some tests you can do. And he's going to help me out with some Docker tests because I'm not like a daily Docker user. So I want to make sure we have some good tests. So we're going to have some of that. Go has been requested as well as Rust. So I'm going to be doing some benchmark tests and running the benchmarks on those languages, as well as Python, JavaScript, Java, and C#. Let's see. And I'm going to be doing some general... oh, Unity. Yes, of course. Let's put Unity on the list. And I'm also going to be doing some general developer-related things. Like, for example, just comparing real estate, how it feels working with this machine. Trying it with different monitors, because I am planning to use this new machine as my main machine from now on. Hopefully it'll work out. I am going to keep my iMac around just in case. I don't know. Not that anybody would want to buy a 2014 iMac, but it's still a beautiful machine. I love it. I'm going to be trying this out with a dock. Now, I have a dock here, but this is the Thunderbolt 3 dock from OWC. They have started... I mean, they have a Thunderbolt 4 dock in the plans, but I guess it's delayed or sold out or something, so I can't get my hands on it right now. But as soon as they do, I'm going to grab that one, because these are all Thunderbolt 4 ports, so we want to maximize that. People are saying TensorFlow. Oh, I guess one person is saying TensorFlow over and over and over again. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it's not really people. It's one person. Yeah, so we're going to be... I do have a couple of things I'd like to do as far as using machine learning and OpenCV and things like that. So I might throw a couple of those tests in. Oh, and by the way, I'm a web developer. I don't know how many of you know that. So I do, of course, have Angular and React and mobile application frameworks as well on my list. So we got a lot of stuff to do. David says Rust. Yes, I do have Rust on the list. Android Studio is on the list. it might take me a while to get through all these tests, folks, so be patient, and they will be coming. Any other ideas? Just throw them in here in the chat while we're doing this live, or if this video is over and you're coming here after the fact, please throw them down in the comments below. I will read those. Ideas are always welcome. In fact, I have done a bunch of tests based on your ideas. Cool. All right. OBS recording and streaming. After Effects. I mean, I use After Effects, but are you sure you're on the right channel? A lot of stuff I do here is developer focused. I mean, I do use After Effects quite a bit and Premiere Pro, but I think there's a ton of channels out there that cover video related stuff, especially on these new machines. So I'm gonna probably skip the After Effects stuff. Although I'm curious myself. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Angular production build. I will be doing that. Let's see. Linux VM. I don't know if you can do a Linux VM. I just don't know if you can, even if Linux will even run on the new architecture. Haven't tried it. I've heard people trying it, but I think it's not a supported thing yet. If anybody has info on that, shoot me a link down here in the chat. Let's see. But the question is, why would you want to run Linux on a Mac? You know, why would you want to do that? Maybe if Monterey sucks, then you may want to switch. I don't know. I guess you could take advantage of the nice hardware. VirtualBox does not run ARM, just so you know. VirtualBox is pretty far behind. I heard rumors that VMware is working on an ARM version, but they're kind of back and forth on that, and I haven't seen any proof on that yet. All right. Well, this has been fun, folks. And of course, I'll be doing parallels with Windows 64. So, more tests coming. Don't want to keep you guys too long. Thank you so much for showing up today for the unboxing. And we'll be doing more videos. All right. Take it easy, folks.